So in this lesson, we're going to be talking about multiplying integers. So we're just going to go straight to the rules to multiplying integers. Remember that multiplication is repeated addition. So if that helped you think about why these patterns work. But when we're multiplying the same sign, so like -3 times -5, or even just both of them being positive, so 2 times 6, right? Here we have same signs, and when we multiply the same sign, we end up with positive answer. So negative times a negative is going to equal a positive, and then 3 times 5 is 15. So -3 times -5 is 15, and 2 times 6, both of them being positive, it'll stay positive and be 12. Now when you multiply different signs, you're going to get a negative answer. And so if we did -3 times a positive 5, or 2 times a -6, right? The 3 and the 5 have different signs. I have a negative and a positive. So what that means is I'm going to have a negative sign, and then I'm just going to take 3 times 5, which is 15. And then same thing down here. I look at the signs. I know that because they're different, this is going to be negative. And then I'm going to do a 2 times 6. So my answer would be a -12. So one way to think about it is same sign, so a plus times a plus will equal a plus. A negative times a negative will equal a plus. A plus, or positive times a negative will equal a negative. A negative times a positive will equal a negative. But yeah, basically if they have the same sign, it's going to be positive. If they have different signs, it'll be negative. And again, this is for multiplying integers. So these are different than when we were adding and subtracting our integers. Alright, so examples. Here we have 3 times 5. Both of them have the same sign of being positive numbers. So we know that they will be a positive answer, right? Positive times a positive equals a positive. So then I just have to think, what's 3 times 5? Well, it's 15. I look at my signs here for -5 times 8, and so here's a negative, right? So I have a negative times a positive, and so since those are different, then our answer is going to be negative, so I'm going to put a negative. And then I ask myself, what's 5 times 8? The answer to that is 40. Here we have a negative times a negative, right? -6 times -4, so negative times a negative, that same sign. So same sign will equal a positive answer. And so then I'm going to go, what's 6 times 4? It's 24. But it's going to be positive because negative times a negative is a positive answer. Down here we have a positive times a negative. So different signs equal a negative answer. So I know that this is going to equal a negative. And then 7 times 3 is 21. So again, same sign. Oops, helps if I can spell. Equals positive. Different signs equals negative. And again, this is for multiplying. These are different rules than when we were adding and subtracting. So in the next video, we will talk about the division properties.